Ever wondered how secure your digital world truly is? Let's take a moment to ponder this. In this modern age, we live a significant portion of our lives online. We bank, shop, work, and socialize through various digital platforms. It's like we've built an entire universe that exists in the realm of ones and zeros. But just as in the physical world, this digital universe has its threats. Imagine if your personal or financial data fell into the wrong hands. You could lose your hard-earned money, your identity, and even your reputation. The potential damage is immense, and it's not just a problem for individuals. Companies, large and small, are also at risk. A single cyber attack can bring a thriving business to its knees, causing financial loss, damaging its reputation, and shaking customer trust to its core. But here's the thing. Cyber threats are not like natural disasters that we can't predict or prevent. They are man-made hazards, and with the right knowledge, tools, and practices, we can protect ourselves from them. That's where cybersecurity comes in. Cybersecurity is not just a buzzword thrown around in IT departments. It matters to every single one of us, from the tech-savvy teenager who spends hours gaming online, to the retiree who checks their bank balance on their smartphone. Everyone who uses digital technology is a potential target, and therefore needs to understand the importance of cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is our shield in the digital universe. It protects our data, our privacy, and our digital lives. It's about being aware of the threats, understanding how to deal with them, and taking proactive steps to stay safe online. So no, cybersecurity is not just for the tech geeks. It's not just for businesses and organizations. It's for all of us. Because in the digital world, we are all targets. We are all potential victims. But we are also the first line of defense. In the digital age, cybersecurity is not an option, but a necessity. Before diving into the solutions, understand the problems. So let's take a closer look at some of the most common cyber threats. These include malware, phishing, and ransomware. Malware, short for malicious software, is designed to cause harm to a computer system. It's like a digital parasite, attaching itself to a system and wreaking havoc. From viruses that replicate themselves to spyware that snoops on your activities, malware is a broad term encompassing a variety of harmful software. Next, we have phishing. Imagine going fishing, but instead of fish, you're trying to catch sensitive information. That's phishing. Cybercriminals use deceptive emails, texts, or websites to trick users into revealing personal information, such as passwords or credit card numbers. They might pose as a trusted entity like your bank or an online retailer to make their bait more convincing. Lastly, there's ransomware. This is a type of malware that locks users out of their own systems or files until a ransom is paid. It's like a digital hostage situation. The attackers often demand payment in hard-to-trace cryptocurrencies, making it difficult to catch them. Each of these threats poses serious risks. Malware can damage systems, steal sensitive data, and even turn your computer into a zombie in a botnet. Phishing scams can result in identity theft, financial loss, and a breach of personal privacy. Ransomware can bring businesses to a halt, causing significant financial and reputational damage. However, it's important to remember that these threats are not just about technology. They're about people, too. Cybercriminals often exploit human weaknesses, such as a lack of awareness or a tendency to trust, to gain access to systems and information. So to effectively defend against these threats, it's not enough to have the best technology. We also need to understand the threats, know how they work, and be aware of the tactics used by cybercriminals. Knowing the enemy is the first step towards effective defense. Now, let's turn knowledge into action. Our first line of defense in the digital realm is the humble password. It may seem simple, but a strong password is a formidable barrier to cyber threats. So, how do we create a strong one? Aim for a combination of at least 12 characters, including uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and special symbols. And remember, avoid using easily guessable information like your birth date, your pet's name, or the word password. It's also advisable not to reuse passwords across multiple accounts. Now, onto our second best practice, two-factor authentication, or 2FA for short. 2FA adds an extra layer of security by requiring two types of identification before accessing an account. This could be something you know, like a password, something you have, like your phone, or something you are, like your fingerprint. If a cybercriminal manages to crack your password, they'll still be stopped in their tracks by the second factor. Most major online services offer 2FA, so it's a good idea to enable it whenever possible. Finally, let's talk about updates. We've all been there. A notification pops up prompting us to update our software or system, and we hit "Remind me later." But here's the thing. Updates aren't just about adding new features. They often include patches for security vulnerabilities that cybercriminals could exploit. So next time you see that update notification, think twice before postponing it. In summary, creating strong passwords, enabling two-factor authentication, and regularly updating software and systems are fundamental practices in the fight against cyber threats. They may seem like small steps, but they can have a huge impact on your security. These simple steps can significantly boost your cyber defenses, so make them a part of your routine and keep your digital life secure. Remember, in the realm of cybersecurity, every little bit helps. Building on our defense, let's explore more advanced strategies. Let's start with VPNs, or virtual private networks. Imagine you're in a coffee shop using their public Wi-Fi. It might seem harmless, but to a skilled cybercriminal, that's an open door to your data. A VPN is like a secret tunnel within that open door, encrypting your data and making it much harder for prying eyes to see what you're up to. Whether you're checking your emails or doing online banking, a VPN can provide an added layer of security. Next up, let's talk about encryption. We often store or transmit sensitive data, whether it's personal information or business-related data. Encryption is like a secret code that scrambles your data into an unreadable format. Only those with the correct decryption key can unscramble it. So even if a cyber criminal gets their hands on your data, without the key, it's just gibberish to them. Now, onto something we all do every day: clicking on links and downloading files. This action, innocent as it may seem, can be a gateway for malware if not done cautiously. Phishing emails often contain links that lead to malicious sites or downloads. Always check the source of the email, hover over the link to see where it leads, and if in doubt, don't click. The same goes for downloading files. Ensure they come from a trusted source. We must also talk about software updates. It's easy to ignore those pop-ups reminding us to update our software, but they are crucial for our digital safety. These updates often contain patches for security vulnerabilities, so by ignoring them, you're leaving yourself open to attack. Finally, let's touch on the importance of backing up your data. Should a cyber attack occur, having a backup means you won't lose everything. Regularly save copies of your data to an external hard drive or a cloud service. With these steps, you can fortify your digital fortress. To sum it all up, cybersecurity is not a one-time task, but a continuous process. It's a journey, a commitment to safeguarding our digital world. Let's jog our memory and revisit some of the vital points we've discussed today. We started our conversation by establishing the importance of cybersecurity. In the era of digitalization, where our lives are progressively intertwined with the internet, protecting our digital assets is paramount. Whether it's personal information, financial data, or business secrets, they all hold immense value and are potential targets for cybercriminals. Next, we dove into the murky waters of cyber threats. We learned about various types of threats such as malware, phishing, and ransomware, to name a few. Each carries its unique dangers and methods of attack, which is why understanding them is crucial for effective defense. Our journey then took us through the vast landscape of cybersecurity best practices. We stressed the importance of strong, unique passwords and multi-factor authentication. We also highlighted the significance of regularly updating software and operating systems to patch vulnerabilities. And let's not forget the value of a reliable backup system, another solid defense against data loss and ransomware attacks. In the end, we looked at the human aspect of cybersecurity. We underscored how education and awareness are our best weapons against the ever-evolving cyber threats. Regular training and staying updated with the latest threats and solutions is not just a recommendation, it's a necessity. So there you have it, a brief overview of our journey through the world of cybersecurity. It's a complex, constantly changing landscape, but with the right knowledge and practices, we can navigate it confidently. Remember, in the realm of cybersecurity, knowledge is power. Stay safe, stay secure,